इस महीने इंटरनेट पे एक बहुत हार्ट टचिंग वीडियो आप सबने देखा होगा। गुकेश डोमराजू वर्ल्ड चेस चैंपियन बनते हैं और उस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पर फूट फूट के रो रहे हैं और अपने चेस बोर्ड को रीअरेंज कर रहे हैं। इंपॉर्टेंट ये है कि जब आप सक्सेस पे पहुंचते हो, उस पीक पे पहुंचते हो, आपको जर्नी याद आ जाती है जो आपने उस सक्सेस को पाने के लिए तय की है। आज हम इंटरव्यू कर रहे हैं सौरभ कुमार को भी, जिसने सक्सेस को छुआ है। यस, सुपरग्रैड्स ग्वालियर मेंटर्स का इस जर्नी में बहुत बड़ा रोल था। हमने उनको भी बुलाया है ताकि हम उनकी जर्नी समझ सकें कि उन्होंने मिलकर कैट में इतनी बड़ी फीट कैसे हासिल करी। लेट्स लुक इनटू दिस पर्टिकुलर इंटरव्यू एंड गेन एवरी सेकंड ऑफ इट, क्योंकि ये इंटरव्यू आपको 2025 की कैट जर्नी में जरूर हेल्प करने वाला है। लेट्स लुक इनटू इट।
So, a very warm welcome, Gwalior team over here. I think we have Darpan Sir, a very well-known face and entire Gwalior, and so many years, sir. And along with him, we also have Abhishek Sir, the OGs in Gwalior sitting, and the feat that they have given us, a fantastic one, because Saurabh has made it big for all of us. Saurabh, the first question goes to you. First of all, a very big congratulations from we are sitting over here in HO in Bhopal. सबसे पहले big congratulations on this fantastic achievement. But I would like to ask you, when you saw the result, what emotions were running in your mind that point of time, and was the feeling surreal that point of time?
First of all, thank you, sir. So I firstly saw the result at the center, Gwalior Centre.
Okay.
Then the
अब
first thing
माहौल
was
कैसा था
open
आसपास
up.
का, क्या हो रहा था उधर?
I present in the front of Darpan sir and Abhishek sir. And
Okay.
was the- and I feel very happy when I saw the result.
Okay. So I think this is a big achievement for a student कि एक result सामने आ जाए और वो अपने faculties के पास में ही है and it's supporting him completely. Now Darpan sir, because you have been someone who has actually handholded him in complete journey. So I would like to ask you, something about Saurabh. How was his approach towards CAT? And what all things you noticed in him during the preparation?
So first of all, I just would like to give a big congratulations to Saurabh for the amazing achievement. And we are very proud of the way you have conducted through this whole journey. What I know about Saurabh, when we talk about this generation called Zen Alphas and Gen Zs,
Please, yeah.
in this, when the Saurabh came in, he was quite different from most of the people here at the center. Especially what I found him is he's coming from a very humble and academically rich background where
All
his
right.
brother is doing phenomenally well, sister is doing phenomenally well. And Saurabh himself, being a part of MITS in Gwalior,
Okay. All right.
where I have seen over the period of years, people are all looking for securing a basic job in some of the, IT or the core company.
Mhm.
Saurabh from day one was very clear, very ambitious, and he always had a very big dreams.
All right.
So what I found his real motivation is about to make it big in life.
All right.
And I think whenever he even used to feel low, he has a thing to keep himself charged. Ki no,
Okay.
this is not the best that I gave. So he always strive hard and push his limits.
Okay.
Being an engineer, always there, like mathematics and reasoning, sir, is still able to do it. Language was always a concern, and I feel like even in language, he got the highest of the marks,
Oh.
which is almost close to the 100 percentile. So that is one of the amazing things.
All right.
He always used to listen to us.
Hmm.
He was never complacent about ki I know mathematics or reasoning. He was always there. What are my weaknesses? And I have to strive hard to overcome those weaknesses and make it his strength.
All right.
And the best part of the journey was that he was able to turn his weakness into his super strength, where he's
Right.
scoring the maximum.
Right. I think the big points being made, and Darpan sir clearly making this particular point that he was knowing this. Whenever feeling low at that point of time, just jump up and brush up your knees and run again. That philosophy actually defines, and that makes him different than the current Gen Z and Gen Alpha people, mostly, right? And perhaps because of the discipline he had in the mind. So next question to you, Saurabh, because Darpan sir was making this particular point. You always had dreams in mind. When did you actually thought about this? Like, I need to crack CAT and get into an IM. What was that particular occasion?
In class 12th, I prepared for the exam that is IPMET and JIPMET. At
All
that
right.
time, I shortlisted for IM Jammu,
Hmm.
but not joined.
Oh,
That's why I joined the MITS as a BTech in Department of Electrical Engineering. I joined SuperGrad
okay.
for the preparation
Okay.
of CAT examination. At that time, I think about the IMs and other colleges.
Okay, so it was always in the mind because SuperGrads is a very well-known name in the IPM preparations as well,
Yes,
and
sir.
yeah. So some memories from down the lane, if you can share, उस point of
At that
time पर
time,
भी yeah.
I'm not joining any coaching classes or something for
Right.
preparation for JIPMET and IPMET.
अच्छा,
That's
you
why
did
I
not.
joined for CAT at SuperGrad.
अच्छा, क्योंकि उस point of time पे IPM की कहीं ना कहीं से एक वो
Yes, sir.
झलक याद रहेगी mind में. ठीक है. All right. So a lot of things were spoken right now by Darpan sir over here. We would like to know you कि तुम Gen Z से अलग कैसे हो? What was your schedule? What about the discipline and the daily routine या schedule कैसा था?
So basically, I prepare for CAT continuity.
All right.
That's Abhishek sir हमेशा से कहते हैं continuity is must for CAT examination.
Okay.
That's why I always do daily mock test
Okay.
and complete the whole study materials and extra last 16 seats that given by the SuperGrad for the CAT examination. I complete all the 16 seats.
All right. So everything you were doing on a very regular basis. थोड़ा
Yes,
सा
sir.
मॉर्निंग में उठने से लेके रात तक की थोड़ी थोड़ी झलक बता दो तो स्टूडेंट्स के लिए इजी रहेगा बिकॉज अब हमारा कर्तव्य होता है when we achieve something then tendency of giving increases because what we did the same can be replicated by someone who is going to go through this particular journey again. Okay, it's going to be helpful for them. That's why.
In the morning, I firstly break up and prepare for the
Wake up at what time?
there is 7 o'clock.
Okay, all right, 7 o'clock.
I woke up at 7 o'clock, read the newspaper and read the two articles that basically from the CAT background, and then I go through my study materials
Okay.
and came at the coaching classes. And in the evening, I daily attempt the sectional test and mock test.
Okay. Sectional test and mock test every day you were doing it.
Yes, sir.
Oh, great. Okay. I think so. Fantastic piece of advice coming from from someone who has already achieved, and I can call it's coming from the horse's mouth now for someone who is going to prepare now. Abhishek sir, warm welcome over here. Now, next question to
Thank you.
you. Were there some specific challenges you actually saw in Saurabh's journey during that point of time, and how did he actually overcome it?
So I was consistent throughout the journey.
Okay.
If he missed the classes, he come to me one-to-one and ask me what we have done. He will collect the sheet and do the sheet, and whatever doubts he has, he will do it. And whatever plan we make for him, he follow strictly to that.
All right, that's great and great to hear from a mentor like you. So एक काम करो सौरभ यू आर ओवर हियर राइट नाउ जितने जितने मेंटर्स का नाम याद आ रहा है ना उन्होंने जो जो कंट्रीब्यूट किया एक एक सेंटेंस में सबका नाम लेके बता दो ठीक है बिकॉज इट्स अ मोमेंट ऑफ प्राइड फॉर देम तुम जानते नहीं हो तुम्हारी रिजल्ट से ज्यादा खुश होते तुम्हारे मेंटर्स राइट सो सबका नाम लेकर उन्होंने तुम्हारी लाइफ में क्या कंट्रीब्यूट किया वो भी बता दो.
So in my whole CAT journey, Mr. Darpan Dikshit sir and Mr. Abhishek sir and Mr. Mandeep sir
Okay.
and Mr. Rohit sir, they all help for the CAT preparations, especially Darpan sir and Abhishek sir.
और क्या क्या किया मतलब थोड़ा थोड़ा बताओ
So
सरपंच ने क्या
in
किया.
LRDA also, in LRDA,
Hmm.
Darpan sir and Abhishek sir fourthly and support me for the preparation.
Okay.
And at that time, when I come, my party was too much weak.
Okay.
At that time, I only scored 10 to 12 marks in that subject.
When you started, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
In first mock, I got 30 marks in VRC and 12 marks in DILR and 40 marks in quant aptitude.
So my next question was was on the same line. I wanted to ask you which was the toughest section, and you already mentioned that DILR was something that you were actually battling with. How did you overcome that, and how did you win that particular battle?
The To overcome from DILR, I complete all my study materials and give sectional tests and analyze those results with Abhishek sir. Through this sectional set, I overcome from this DILR sections.
Darpan sir and Abhishek sir, whoever wants to take this one. I mean, because I can see Saurabh speaks quite less. His personality is of that nature and all. How did you instill confidence in him? How d- how was his journey? During that particular point of time, and um, can you specially mention ki guidance कैसे किया?
To Saurabh's philosophy, to understand any of the student, it takes us few months.
Right.
And we have realized it earlier that Saurabh is a person who believes action speaks louder than words.
So I
And
think befitting completely on his personality currently as well.
exactly.
Yeah.
So he has a side of a very subtle personality, very deep from inside,
Okay.
at the same time very calm from
Outside,
outside.
yeah.
And we know that any of the competitive exam demands that you should be absolutely calm while facing the exam, because 120 minutes, 68 questions you have to deal with, and you have to keep yourself up till the last section in the last minute.
Mhm.
So, of course, he was little different, free from all the distractions that most of us have nowadays.
Right.
He was crisp in that. And only thing is that we used to ensure that whatever he's missing out,
Mm-hmm.
in case, because he's already in the college,
Taken.
busy with his internships, busy with a lot of other stuff in the college which has actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
In that particular case, so whatever the content we are delivering in the classes, if in case he missed out because of the end term exam or the midterm exam or the internship, we used to deliver that content to him.
Taken.
And
Okay.
he was one of the person who never misses any of the sheet and the material. So yes, I always believe that CAT demands a decent number of hours to prepare, and he has devoted those hours to get the best out of himself.
I could see one paradox in our statement when you said CAT exam demands an individual who's deep from inside and maybe very may not be that strong from outside. But I would like to ask a counter question over here, sir. How are you going to prepare students like Saurabh? And it's for all, because there are a lot of students who have the calm and composed stature or personality for the second rounds for the interviews. Because this advice will be going to all the audiences who are listening to you right now. Yeah.
So my advice is that when there is an interview,
Right.
one thing is sure, like you are going to be there in the various interview from 10 to 30 minutes, depending on the kind of colleges you are going to get.
Right. Right.
So I always suggest the people to have the complete clarity and mark your USP. If you are not able to deliver your USP in front of the panel, how will they judge you? So if you are good in something, say it loud that I'm good in this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they won't get it by themselves.
Okay.
So the only advice is that whatever the achievement and uploads Saurav is having, he should be able to, put them across the table while he's going for an interview. So what exactly, like, it's not about speaking more, but it's all about speaking right.
Completely
So
agree.
whatever the pointers that we have to do multiple sittings with him, and in those sittings, we will explore that, how exactly it is going to happen, and then we'll try our level best. And I'm sure the kind of person he is, somebody who has a great IQ can always work on EQ and SQ
EQ and
as
SQ
well.
as well. Yeah.
So he will definitely improve upon those areas because he's conscious about that.
So, this is the confidence that I am having after having a conversation with Darpan sir. So, if you are an individual who is of the same type, who actually lines up the same type of personality, then yes, Gwalior Center, if it is near you, Darpan sir is going to provide you, solution for that particular problem. And now, let me talk to Saurabh and ask him, because he was mentioning specifically that he was writing mocks on an everyday basis. So, what role did mock play in the entire journey, Saurabh?
The mock, basically, analysis of the mock is most important
Okay.
for every CAT aspirant.
Okay.
And we firstly go through the video analysis, and again we come at the coaching classes and go
मुझे
through
थोड़ा सा बताना, क्योंकि देखो when I am listening to you or someone else who is listening to you, he is layman, उसको नहीं पता होगा कि वीडियो मॉक एनालिसिस क्या होता है. सो क्या क्या होता है उस मॉक एनालिसिस, जो सुपरग्रैड्स के तो मॉक्स लिख रहे हो, उसमें क्या चीज होती है, इफ यू कैन स्पेसिफिकली मेंशन दैट? या
In mock analysis, there is an recording video sessions.
ठीक है.
That way, they mention how to solve the question and how to approach the question.
Approach the question. Okay. All right. And how did it change the stuff for you? I mean, what role did it play? वो वीडियो क्या करता था exactly?
So because when I attempt the question, I go through the long way and take a long part to solve the question. But when we go through the analysis, then we find that how to come through in short time period, how to solve the questions in short time periods.
All right. So I think a fantastic point being made by Saurabh over here that, mock analysis videos really helped him up. And at that point of time, he was using some approaches, but that weren't working really well for him. Perhaps because they were taking a lot of time. But the video solutions that were provided at the end of the mock actually helped him to get some approaches that were that were more intelligent than actually he was using. So yes, kudos to you, Gwalior Center, for this particular thing. Now, next thing, were there some days when you thought of giving up? Or what was the most difficult part of your journey? I would like to understand that.
In my part of journey, I basically face the problem in my academic, like college, how to manage the college and coaching classes both.
Okay.
That was the main problem that I faced. Because in BTech, there is in final year, for the third year, there is an internship program for 1 month. At that time, the Mr. Darpan sir and Abhishek sir provide regular sheets and study material to solve at the time of internship also.
Now, Abhishek sir, I would like to ask you specifically in this particular, because you have seen this journey very closely. So, what role exactly does a mentor play? मतलब, मुझे ये पता है कि एक स्टूडेंट को तो पता है कि मुझे क्या करना है, राइट? बट व्हेन अ मेंटर, उसके 10 स्टूडेंट्स हैं, हर कोई अलग अलग कैपेबिलिटी का है, हर कैपेसिटी अलग अलग है हर किसी की, और नॉट ओनली दैट, हाउ डू यू मैनेज दिस burden?
Categorize the student in three parts. Yani ki the student who are weak, who are moderate, and who are already good at things.
All
So
right.
the student who are weak, so the foundation should be built for them.
ठीक है.
ठीक है. तो सौरभ वॉज इन आई से इन द मॉडरेट कैटेगरी, तो
Moderate
फाउंडेशन का इतना ज्यादा रोल नहीं था.
नहीं था.
तो सौरभ को हमने बेसिकली गाइड किया है कि भाई अगर हमारे को कोई काम करना है, लाइक सपोज इफ वी आर स्टार्टिंग विद दिस चैप्टर, तो स्टार्टिंग से एंड तक कैसे कंप्लीट करना है क्लास में जब मेंटर के साथ करते हो, फिर घर पे जाके क्या एक्सरसाइज सॉल्व करनी है, और इसके बाद जो सेक्शनल टेस्ट है उसकी कितनी इंपॉर्टेंस है एक चैप्टर को कंप्लीट करने के बाद. ठीक है. और इसके बाद व्हेन वी स्टार्ट विद द ऑल इंडिया मॉक टेस्ट सीरीज, तो हाउ टू राइट द मॉक एंड व्हाट शुड बी द फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ राइटिंग द मॉक एंड विच पर्टिकुलर सेट यू नीड टू सेलेक्ट फर्स्ट एंड विच सेट यू नीड टू लीव. और ऐसा भी नहीं होना चाहिए कि यू आर सॉल्विंग ऑल द 4 सेट, और इट शुड बी लाइक दैट यू आर ओनली सेलेक्टिंग 1 set or 2 set. It can be possibly that you can do 2 questions from one particular set or 2 questions from another 2 sets. Like this we train on.
All right.
For this particular section.
Don't you think it's immense? I would like to ask this from you people. इतने सारे स्टूडेंट्स में इतना पर्सनलाइज्ड टच देकर पढ़ाना, don't you think it's difficult? I mean, how do you manage that part also? Darpan sir, if you can answer this. Yeah.
The thing is that I always believe that teachers are two-way. Teachers by choice or by default. And I'm very, very lucky to have people around me who are teachers by choice.
By choice, okay.
So when they are teachers by choice, that means they are dedicated to that particular thing. So when the student comes up to them, it gives them the energy. It never takes their energy. It never drains their energy. So whenever any of the students, so we try to meet as many students as possible in this process every day.
Okay.
And every day we try to add in a little in their personality, in their approach and the thought process. And whatever the experience we have is what we have seen in last 20 years by training the student. तो इतने सालों के बाद अब ये हो जाता है कि अच्छा ये बच्चे के जैसा एक और बच्चा था हमारे पास कुछ साल पहले, उसने ये अप्रोच किया था. तो वो हमें काफी
एक्सपीरियंस हेल्प करता है,
एक्सपीरियंस मिलता है जहां पर हम इनको ट्रेन कर पाते हैं, और थोड़ा सा इनको बस गाइड करके इन द स्ट्रीम लाइन रखना पड़ता है. when they are focused, they are in that sync of the things, in that ecosystem, I think things work well. So of course, I give all the credit to the success to Saurabh, because to be very honest with you, unless he will not feel it, nobody can do anything. And then of course, the study material he have gone through, and then the mentorship came in, how to use that study material for your best benefit.
Now, last question to you, Saurabh, over here. I mean, लेकिन दो क्वेश्चन का कॉम्बिनेशन है एक. पहला है why supergrads, and second, तुम्हारे तरफ से बेस्ट एडवाइस जो तुम नेक्स्ट स्टूडेंट को देना चाहोगे, बिकॉज तुम्हारा ऑब्जेक्टिव ये होना चाहिए कि उसका भी कैट निकलना चाहिए. ठीक है, सो व्हाई सुपरग्रेड्स एंड द बेस्ट एडवाइस दैट यू कैन गिव फ्रॉम दिस पर्टिकुलर डायस.
For SuperGrad, the best part is study materials and analysis. Because in SuperGrad, there is an AI analysis that helps the student to how to come through this question. And the study material that in VRC part, there is some chapters like literature, RC passages, and AI passages, and philosophy passages. This was different from other coaching materials. That's why SuperGrad is good for us.
All right, taken. Now, an advice from your side.
So main advice for CAT aspirant, that main point is continuity, and solve the whole material that were guided by your mentor.
Okay.
That was the main thing that I analyzed my journey during my CAT journey.
So I think he's giving clear and crisp advice that consistency is everything that is going to give you back at the end. And I think it was a fantastic conversation, a heart-to-heart conversation we have had with Gwalior Centre in particular. पहली बार Gwalior Centre on screen आया है. So thank you Darpan sir and Abhishek sir in particular for joining over here. And अगर आप सब लोग ग्वालियर के आसपास रहते हैं तो you would not find better mentors than him. I can vouch on that particular part. इस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो को, अगर इस वीडियो से काफी सारी चीजें देखना चाहते हो तो अभिषेक सर ने और दर्पण सर ने काफी अच्छी चीजें बताई हैं. इस वीडियो को पॉज करो, वापस जाकर एक बार ड्रैग करो इसको, और वो चीजें जरूर सुनना. कीप कमिंग रेगुलरली ऑन सुपरग्रैड्स कैट यूट्यूब चैनल. हिट द सब्सक्राइब बटन, like button, and share this particular video with your friends because they can also take some valuable insights from this particular video. Thank you. Thanks a lot.